Good morning, first English students. Now we will continue this topic transformational generative. Okay, and the by the principles, by the 9 principles, almost we learnt this TG grammar. Okay, and we will still further learn about this topic TG grammar. Okay, so what is transformational generative? And a kind of introduction is given in the previous video, and now we will learn elaborately. So transformational generative, see ICA immediate constituent analysis and PSG phrase structure grammar fail to tell inter-sentence relationship. Okay, so inter-sentence relationship, that is active voice, passive voice, direct, indirect speech, and degrees of comparison. They are simple compound complex. They are examples of inter-sentence relationship, and they are called as kernel sentences. Okay, the idea of kernel sentences, inter-sentence relationship was introduced by Noam Chomsky in TG grammar. Okay, so I write a letter, and a letter is written by me. I ate a cake. A cake is eaten by me. So the sentence I ate a cake is eaten by me. Both the sentence convey the same meaning, but the structure, not even the structure, the syntax is changed. Okay, that's why the topic of our unit is the first unit is syntax. Okay, I write a letter. Okay, the first word is I write a letter. Okay, and so the last object is placed in the first. Okay, so the syntax is changed, yet they convey the same meaning. Okay, I write a letter is written by me. Okay, so both the sentence convey exactly the same meaning, but the syntax is changed. Okay, so such kind of analysis was not done in ICA and PSG, and those things are also considered. Okay, so that is said to be transformational generative. Okay, they are said to be kernel sentences. Though the syntax are different, but they convey the same meaning. Okay, so a transformational, that is okay, this is in active voice, and let me transform it into passive voice. Okay, so he is ill, yet he goes to school. Okay, he is ill, yet he goes to school. This is an example of compound sentence. Okay, in spite of his illness, he goes to school. This is an example of simple sentence. Though he is sick, he goes to school. This is an example of complex sentence. Okay, so all the three sentences, in spite of his illness, he goes to school. He is ill, yet he goes to school. Though he is ill, he goes to school. Okay, all the three sentences convey exactly the same meaning. That's why they are called as kernel sentences. That is, the structure is different, the syntax is different, but they convey the same meaning. Okay, and so definitely the school days you would have practiced how to convert or transform simple sentence into compound sentence or complex sentence. How to transform a complex sentence into simple sentence and compound sentence. Okay, so that is the case. So when we transform, when we do practices on this transformation, naturally we will be able to generate sentences. We ourselves will be able to produce, we ourselves will creatively able to utter language, use language. So therefore, this transformational exercise is important for a student or a learner. Okay, so this is transformational, and generative, that is a separate topic. I will explain next video on generative. Generative in the sense they should generate sentences. Okay, see, the topic of our unit is syntax. I am a teacher. Okay, this is affirmative, and when we convert it into a negative sentence, I am not a teacher. Okay, so that's how we convert an affirmative into negative, into a negative sentence. Okay, so I am not a teacher. When we transform into an affirmative sentence, I am a teacher. Okay, he is a teacher. Is he a teacher? So a declarative sentence is transformed into an interrogative sentence. Okay, so he is a teacher. Is he a teacher? Okay, when we change the syntax of sentence, automatically it becomes the interrogative sentence. Okay, so that's how when we analyze the sentence and we learn English language or any language. Okay, when we transform sentences, naturally we learn the language, we learn the grammar structure, the syntax and everything. So this is the most important principle of transformational generative grammar. Okay, I write a letter is written by me, he is a teacher, is he a teacher, I am a teacher, I am not a teacher, am I a teacher? So likewise, when we analyze the sentences, when we transform sentences, when we convert sentences, naturally we learn English language or any language. Okay, so this is said to be transformational generative, and there are three components in a transformational generative grammar. The first is the base component, also called the constituent structure or phrase structure, the basic structure. Okay, there are certain sentences which cannot have kernel sentences, which cannot have kernel sentences. For example, dog barks. Dog barks. So can we change the sentences into active voice or passive voice, or simple sentence into compound sentence or complex sentence, or degrees of comparison? We cannot change. It is a simple structure. If we want to change, the meaning changes. Okay, dog barked. Dog will bark. Okay, so the meaning changes. Dog doesn't bark. Okay, so this is the negative sentence. Does the dog bark? Okay, so the meaning changes. See, the sentence is dog barks. Dog barks. Okay, this sentence doesn't have kernel sentences. This is very simple structure. But we can change the sentence as negative sentence. We can change the sentence as an interrogative sentence. The tense could be changed. Okay, so change the simple sentence, simple tense into past tense. Dog barks. Dog barked. Future tense, dog will bark. When we want to convert into a negative sentence, dog doesn't bark. When you want to exchange into an interrogative sentence, does the dog bark? Okay, so that's how this is the basic structure of any language, the basic thing. In English language, this sentence doesn't have kernel sentences. without changing the meaning, we cannot convert into any form. Okay, and if you want to convert, the meaning changes. Okay, see, the dog barks. This is an open statement. Does the dog bark? I do not know. Does the dog bark? Okay, so this is said to be the basic. We change a sentence. The statement, the declarative sentence is converted into an interrogative sentence, but the meaning, the speaker makes a clear statement. That's why it is called as declarative sentence. But in interrogative sentence, the speaker doesn't know the answer. That's why it is called as question. It is a question. It is an interrogative sentence. Okay, so meaning slightly changes. Okay, but in case of I write a letter is written by me, the meaning doesn't change. Okay, so the basic component is this, and by that using the basic component also, we can change the sentence, we can transform the sentence, but the meaning a little bit changed. And the second component, the transformational component, here the meaning doesn't change, it is called as kernel sentences. So active and passive voice, direct and indirect speech, degrees of comparison. So they are all examples of transformational component. Using the transformational component, we can convert active voice into passive voice and passive voice into active voice, as a simple sentence into compound sentence, or let's say Ram is the tallest boy in the class. Ram is the tallest boy in the class. So this is the superlative degree. And when you want to convert it into positive degree, no other boys is as tall as Ram. No other boys in the class is as tall as Ram. Okay, this is positive degree. Ram is taller than any other boys in the class. So this is comparative degree. So all the three sentences convey the same meaning, and they are said to be kernel sentences. Okay. So the transformational component that you would have studied in the school level. Okay. So tall, taller, tallest, and we have to add yes in positive, and than in comparative, the in superlative. So everything you would have studied in at the school level. Let me not elaborate in it. Let me not elaborate it. Okay. So this is the transformational component as far as degrees of comparison. In case of simple compound complex, in a simple sentence there is a phrase and a main clause. In compound sentence there is there are two main clauses and a conjunction. In case of complex sentence, there is a subordinate clause and a main clause. And I think that you would have studied, and how to convert active voice into passive voice, and you would have studied at the school level. So we followed TG grammar. So without converting sentences, the practice of the exercise of converting sentences, we wouldn't have cleared our school days. Okay, and now everyone is saying that we should follow functional grammar. Okay, that is practice spoken English. Okay, so they are talking about that, but that is not given in our textbook. At the end, if we have time, let me make a video of it. But it is not in our syllabus. In our textbook, it is functional grammar is not there in our syllabus. But let me explain this TG grammar. So this is the transformational component, and when we practice such exercises, we learn English language. Okay. So and then we have morphophonic component. Okay. So morphophonic component, that is like the first sentence and the first point, the base component. The example sentence which I gave was dog barks. Okay. This is the basic one, and when you want to convert it, we have converted as a declarative sentence or interrogative sentence or negative sentence. Likewise, we can convert it. And morphophonic component is, let's say, um, dogs bark. Dogs bark. Okay. And when we add yes, the meaning changes, and we have to delete yes in the verb. Okay. So dogs bark. That is the correct sentence. Dog barks. This is also a correct sentence. Dog bark. This is wrong, grammatically wrong sentence. Okay. And dogs barks. This is also grammatically wrong sentence. Dogs bark. Dog barks. Okay. So this is said to be morphophonic component, and that is singular, plural, and third person present and singular, and we have to add yes. And let's say the girl is clever. This sentence is example sentence given in our book, and here the girl is intelligent. The girl is fool. Likewise, we can change the word, and the structure is same. The same structure. The girl is clever. The girl is fool, but the meaning is completely opposite. So this is example of morphophonic component. So by these three component, when we do exercises, when we do practice of converting the sentences, that is transforming sentences, we will be able to generate sentences. So this is called as transformational generative grammar. Okay. So the next topic is generative given in the book. Let me explain further. Let me continue this topic in the next video. Thank you.